Hey guys, it's me, Sarah Smiles, and today I'm going to be doing a Valentine's DIY video. And these are for room decor decorations for your room to make it more Valentine-y. I think that's a word. But before we get started, as you all know, if you do subscribe and hit the bell, then that means you will get notifications for every time I post a video. So go ahead and do that. And if you would like, while you're down there, give it a big thumbs up just because now I know it's good. So the first thing you'll need for this DIY is paper. Then you'll need one pair of scissors unless two of you are going to be doing it. And any scissors will do. Then you'll need some yarn. I just have white yarn here, but you can use any color you want. Then you'll need a hot glue gun, following along with a hot glue stick. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is print a heart on the back of each paper, just one on the top left corner. Okay, once you do that, you can either draw it or print it. I think it's easier to just print it so it'll be the perfect size. So then you're going to fold your paper with a hot dog shape and make sure all the edges are flat. And then if you can tell, the heart is on the side that you can see. Then you're going to fold that in half and making sure all the edges are straight again. Then you're going to take your scissors and cut around the heart and making sure the black is not showing when you cut it. So you're cutting inside the heart, not outside the heart. Once you have a ton of hearts with different colors as well, you're going to take those hearts and just put them to the side. Then you're going to take your yarn again and make sure it is as long as the area you want to hang this thing. So I did about 1.5 yards of white yarn. And then once you get the length that you want, you're going to go ahead and cut it. So once you cut your yarn, it does take a little bit of work because yarn is kind of like interesting unless you have sewing scissors, which I do, I just didn't want to get them out. So I have quite a bit of yarn here, and now I'm going to just take my hot glue gun and make sure that is plugged in so that I can start warming up. Take your yarn and put it as long as your table or against your table. And then you're going to take your hearts and put them in a design that you want. Okay, so now that you have your hearts in a design that you like, just keep doing that design all the way till the end of your table. Okay, now once you have that done, you're going to take your scrap paper and you're going to just tear off a little bit of that. And it can be any size. Just make sure it's big enough to be put under the rope so that you can take your hot glue gun and put your heart onto the rope. Now don't let the paper, the scrap paper, to get caught on the hot glue because then it's just going to get messy. So you just want the hot glue to go right under the little crease in the heart. And as you can see, I did not put that much because you don't really need that. Now I'm just taking the heart, flipping it over, and pushing the rope into the hot glue. And I'm going to be doing this to every single one. So once every single one is done, you're just going to take it and make sure every single one is straight. And if it's not, that's okay because you won't be able to see it when you hang it. So go ahead and hang it wherever you want. So here I have my window, and I'm going to be taking some tape and putting it on the edges, and make sure to cut off that excess rope that you will not need. So just put the tape on there and connect it wherever you want. So here I'm putting it on my window. and it looks great. Okay, so for this next DIY, you will need some suckers, and here I have Valentine ones just to make it more festive. So also you'll need rocks, and I just have little tiny white rocks, and a strip of cork string. Then you will also need the last thing as well, a jar, which is amazing because jars are awesome. Take your jar and pour all the rocks that you have into that jar so it's filled like halfway. And if you can tell, mine did not fill that high, so I needed to go find some more. And here I just have little blue stones, and I just put those in there so it filled up halfway. So once I finally found some new rocks and put those in, I took my suckers and put it in the jar so it looks nice and pretty. Then you're going to take your cork string and tie it around the jar top to make a bow. So a cork bow. Then after that, you should be done. Okay, so starting off with this next DIY, you're going to need some flowers of any color, mostly Valentine colors. And then this pot, which I got at Goodwill for 50 cents. Girl, me. And then you will need a paintbrush. And this can be any size, but I just decided to have like this medium size. Then you'll need some white paint and some red paint. And you might not need the white paint unless you do. If you already have pink paint, don't worry about the white paint. Then you'll need some glitter, and last of all, you will need a paper bowl. This paper bowl can be any size also, so yes. Okay, so starting off, you're going to take your paper bowl, your white paint, and your red paint. So you're going to take your red paint, open it up, and put 3 drops on it. So once you have those 3 drops, take your white paint, open that up, and put about 1 drop in the first one and 2 drops in the second one. Okay, so now that I have my red, light red, and pink, I'm going to take my pot or vase, and I'm going to use either a stamp, or you probably could just draw it on. I decided actually. Okay, so now that you should already have like your lips or whatever stamped onto it, now you're going to take it, the pot, make sure everything is dry, and the worst ones, take your paintbrush and put your paint over it. And once you put your paint over it, make sure it looks still like lips. This is one that I messed up on so bad. So make sure this is done, and then once you paint it over, take the sparkles. I did these silver thicker sparkles, and once you open that up, you're going to just sprinkle the sparkles onto the wet part on the lips. And this is what it turns out like. So for this DIY, you'll need a sewing machine, a pillow. Unless your pillow is white, most of these things you will not need if it is white. But if your pillow is not white, make sure to get these things. So some red paint, some white paint, a paintbrush, a bowl, paper bowl, some scissors, a white shirt, but you will not need the white shirt or the sewing machine or the scissors unless your pillow is white. You will also need some Velcro, a pencil, and a tape measure. So once you have all these things, you're going to start off by laying your t-shirt down and making the pillowcase. Okay, so now that your pillowcase is done, you're going to take a sheet of paper or cardboard or any type of material that has kind of a bigger surface and put that inside the pillowcase. And it was kind of difficult because of the pointy edges on the paper, so if you want someone to help you, then go ahead and ask because it was quite difficult. Then once you do that, make sure all the wrinkles are out because it will affect what you do next. So now you're going to take your paint and put some red in a pile, and then a little bit of red in another pile, and then take your white and put it in the one that has a little bit of red. Mix those together, which I am doing this in fast mode so you guys don't have to wait and wait. So now that there's like a pinkish color and a red color, you're going to take this and go ahead and make a heart kind of shape. So if you see here, I'm drawing you guys an example. So now I'm just sketching the heart out with the pencil. And this is not an ordinary heart. This is just like a, kind of like a sloppy heart, you know? It has like, it's a more of a sharp heart. And if you can see here, I'm just drawing and painting that on. And this is the finished product. Hey guys, it's me, Sarah, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because it is the end of the video, sadly. I hope you can recreate these things and give it your little touch so that it is your personal craft. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below which one was your favorite and tell me if you did any of them. So, bye! Hey guys, it's me, Sarah. Wait. Oops. Oopsie doopsie lemon squeeze. That's what happens when you put paint on your mouth. Ew.